you want to manifest and attract more money into your life, you have to stop treating your money as the side chick and start treating your money as your trophy wife. The people in the world that are most destined for becoming rich are often the people that struggle the most with money, and especially money guilt. Maybe you grew up in a family where money was scarce, or you had a parent that made you feel guilty about buying anything for yourself because you felt like it had to be spent on necessities and not on making yourself feel good. Now you cling on to this feeling of guilt when it comes to spending money. This feeling of guilt is so hard to talk to anyone about because guilt is a little embarrassing to talk about, especially when it comes to being able to buy nice things for yourself. Telling someone that you feel guilty about buying yourself a nice lipstick, about treating yourself to a nice meal, will make you want. It feels embarrassing to talk about because you know that it's absolute BS, that you should be able to treat yourself. But that actually also means that you know within yourself that it's a you issue. But this guilt is actually what's keeping you from manifesting so much money. But at the same time, it is a very important lesson for you to learn in order to be able to actually manifest money. Because the people that are destined to manifest the most money have to go through the hardest times when it comes to money. Because this guilt of spending money on yourself, especially feeling guilty about saying that you want more money, this is what you actually need to push beyond and push through in order to be able to open yourself up to the abundance and the riches that you deserve. Let's think about it like this. If you feel guilty about spending money and you only feel happy about money when you get a paycheck, you really don't want to check your bank account when you spent a little too much money or it's the end of the month, then you literally have a side chick relationship with your money. What is a side chick relationship with money? Well, essentially a side chick relationship with money means that it's actually something you really like, but you only seek it out when it's exciting and when it makes you happy and not all of the other times. When it's not fun, when it's not exciting, and it's something you actually have to put work into, you just ignore it and go about your day. Kind of like if you have a side chick, you only see her when you feel like it. You don't have to talk to her about hard things. You don't have to talk to her every day. And you certainly don't talk to her when you don't feel like it. This is the type of relationship that a lot of people have with their money. And this is why you're not manifesting more money. Because someone who makes a lot of money and who's good at manifesting money is going to face their money every single day. They're going to keep a check on it even if they don't want to. People with broke mentalities only face their money and interact with it when they need it to do something for them. And only when it's doing something fun, like paying for fun things, you actually feel happy about it. If you have to pay a bill, if you have an unexpected expense, you either try to ignore it or you just try to get it over with so you don't have to think about it. Then whenever you do end up spending some money, you feel guilty because you know you only seek money out and you're trying to validate yourself with it, like buy yourself something to make yourself feel good. Kind of like a side chick who you only want to hang around when you want to feel good about yourself, but you feel a little guilty about taking her around town because you know she isn't your wife. The only thing you're doing around her is taking energy. It's not giving. If you want to make more money, you have to switch your relationship with money into being in a relationship with your money. Your money can't be your side chick. You need to be devoted to your money. Even if your money isn't a lot, you have to think about your money as if it was your wife. Even further, you have to think about your money as if it was your trophy wife and that she could walk out of your life anytime if she started sensing that you do not care about her enough. Because her value and her energy is so strong, she will only go towards those people that actually value her. That is exactly how money works. Value goes from those who don't value it to those who do value it. Money acts like a woman who knows how to set her boundaries and who knows that she can be appreciated much more somewhere else. And that there's plenty of people out there in the world who give her the attention that she needs, even when she's in a bad mood. If you treat your money like it's your wife, your trophy wife, you're going to be devoted and you're going to show up every single day. This means you're going to look at your money every single day and you're going to thank it for being there for you. Even when it's having an off day, even if you're in debt. Think about it like that. Say your trophy wife was pregnant. She was having one of those days where her hormones were just all over the place and she was being mean to you. She's a freaking trophy wife. If you don't give her the attention she needs, she's not going to stick around. Even though she's having an off day, you still have to be devoted to her because you're married to her. You still have to show up for her. You still have to nurture her. You still have to appreciate her, even if she's not having a good day. Because you know what happens if you don't do this? If you disrespect your money, don't show up for it like it's your trophy wife, it's not going to want to give back to you. It's not going to become bigger. It's not going to be devoted to you. It's not actually going to respect you because you're always talking about how you want all of this money, kind of like how a man might want a trophy wife, but then the money you do have, you don't even appreciate. It could always be better. And yeah, of course, it could be better. But if you have genuine anxiety looking at your bank account, you're signaling to money that it should be far away from you because you are not strong enough to be able to handle it. Same way a broke guy is not going to get the hottest trophy wife because he can't handle having that type of woman. He can't provide the security. He can't provide the support. He makes it all about himself instead of focusing on his wife. That's how you're treating your money. That's what you're telling your money when you're not appreciating it. If you feel guilty about spending money on yourself, it is the same as you feeling guilty about having some side chick that's not your wife. Or you feeling guilty because you know a trophy wife deserves better, but you haven't shown up like that for her ever. Now, every time you do, you're afraid that she's gonna leave you. The same goes for if you're someone that hoards money. And there's a big difference between someone who saves money for emergency situations, having a savings account, investing, and then someone who hoards money, never to spend it, feeling guilty about spending it. We all know that the type of guy who tells his girlfriend or wife that she can't go out with her friends, that seems very toxic because why wouldn't he trust her? If he's devoted to her, why wouldn't she come back to him? When you hoard money, you're signaling that you're very emotionally tied to money. Essentially, you are chasing money. You don't have a healthy savings type relationship with money. You have an unhealthy doomsday type mentality. In the same way, the girlfriend is going to be like, oh no, when she hears a guy say you can't go out with your girlfriends. Money is going to act the same way when you're like, ooh, I'm not going to spend that even though I actually could. I shouldn't spend that because what if I'm not going to have it tomorrow? Money's going to be like, so you don't trust me. And then money is going to go on its merry way and it's going to find someone else who trusts that it will come back to them. Money will always come back to you. Money is literally a currency. You try to restrict it from its currency, its flow, its natural interest in exploring. It's not going to want to be with you because you're putting it in prison. It's kind of like when a kid gets a toy and he's a little greedy about it. He doesn't want anyone else to play with his toy because that is his toy. And at the same time as him not wanting anyone else to play with his toy, he doesn't even play with it either. He just has it sitting on a shelf. He's guarding it. If anyone ever touches it, tries to look at it, he tells them off. He throws a tantrum. Eventually the toy's not going to work anymore because it wasn't played with. He didn't appreciate it while he had it, but now he's going to want to have another toy. He wasn't satisfied with what he had, but he still wants another toy. And he's not going to want to share this toy with anyone either. He's going to want to keep it to himself. He constantly wants more and more toys. He loves toys. But whenever he actually does get a toy, he stows it away. He doesn't appreciate it. He doesn't share it with the world. And he doesn't figure out how to play with it and be creative. On the other hand, there's a kid who every time he gets a toy, he plays with it immediately. Not only does he play with it, he shares it with everyone. He shows everyone how great it is. He's so thrilled. He's extremely grateful. He shows to everyone how happy this toy makes him. And even if it breaks, he knows he's gonna get another toy. But he loved the heck out of the toy that he got. You know which one of these kids is gonna get the most toys? You can probably guess it. The kid who appreciates his toys, who plays with them, who learns from playing with them, and who isn't afraid of sharing what he's learned or sharing the toy in general. The kid who doesn't want to share his toy, the kid who just wants more toys and who's never grateful, no one's going to want to give him more toys because he's not grateful. What you appreciate appreciates. That's why when you appreciate your money, even if you don't have that much and even if you're in debt, appreciating the fact that you're able to pay bills, appreciating the fact that you had enough money to buy yourself a little treat, appreciating the fact that you could wake up and go and look at a bank account will start the ripple effect of you attracting more money. Because you're not afraid to face it, You're not afraid to be honest about the fact that you like it and you show up for it every single day. Even when it's a couple last days of the month and you might not have that much money left, you still show up and you appreciate it. This goes back to the whole thing about money guilt. A lot of people experience money guilt because they grew up feeling like they shouldn't pamper themselves and that money shouldn't be easy to come by. Maybe they're even afraid of saying that they like money and they want more of it because they're afraid of disappointing themselves. But the first step to get more money and to manifest wealth in the long run is to be honest with yourself and even the people you're around with the fact that you like money, you really appreciate it, and you think it's a great thing. Because how are you ever going to be able to get more of it if you're not openly declaring your love to money? Like a husband openly declares his love to his wife. And in today's society, it's completely normal to feel this type of money guilt, especially because a lot of people think that liking money makes you greedy. It's going to turn you into some unethical billionaire. You don't want to be seen as someone who's evil for liking money. But the truth is, money can do so many great things for you. And having a lot of money means that you can also give a lot of money. You can give experiences, gifts, resources, and education to people. The more money you have, the more you can give. And that's why it's a great thing to love money. Money does so much for us. If you feel guilty about spending money on yourself, you'll never be able to make enough money to be able to share it. Because whatever's going on inside your own mental world is what's going to show up in the physical world. That is what's going to manifest. You cannot build a wealth empire that gives back to the people that deserve the whole world if you cannot appreciate yourself and if you cannot give to yourself. Because you're the one who's going to make the money. You're not going to become some selfish, money hungry, unethical person from spending a little bit of money on yourself. The effort you put into yourself is the effort you'll see from the world. The same thing goes for money. You have to invest in yourself in order for its worth to be heightened. And the fact that you're even aware about this guilt just goes to show that you're not going to end up being someone who just spends some ridiculous money on something that's not going to serve you. Because you are aware enough about how to be reasonable with money. But money desires to be in flow. The same way that the toy that the kid is given wants to be played with, money doesn't just want to be stowed away. It wants to be used. One thing that can help you get rid of your money guilt, train your money appreciation muscle, is focusing on reinvesting some of your money into yourself. One of the things that I did in order to make my money guilt feel less is to start with things that I know are going to be appreciated by me later. This could be something like getting a facial, getting your nails done. You have a lot of money guilt and you're not used to spending money on yourself at all. Spending money on pampering yourself is a good stepping stone towards feeling more comfortable with spending money for your own benefit without feeling guilt. Because usually it's a one-time treatment. It's not something that you get that you can just look at and then you can go and return. When you get your nails done, you got your nails done. And you're going to have them on for like a month. So you better just appreciate them. And you're going to start appreciating them. When you spend money on a haircut, that's the haircut you're going to have for a while. So you might as well appreciate it. I personally like to get really high quality beauty products because I know that it's something that I'm going to appreciate in the long haul. Spending a little extra money on something really nice actually makes me a little uncomfortable. But because it's a makeup product, it's something that you use every day, you can really get to appreciate it. You're really trying to start from a very, very small level of buying yourself nice things and not feeling guilty about spending money on yourself. I can recommend going to the grocery store, bring $30 or $40 and buy yourself some of the things that you always wanted to try out. First and foremost, this is food. It's nourishment for your body. No need to feel guilty about that. Second of all, it's going to make you feel really good and really happy that you got some food that was not just for survival. Maybe you get the fancy granola that you've always wanted to try out, but you just don't get it on the regular. Maybe you get some steak. The sensation of taste and buying something that nourishes you is a really, really great way to turn guilt into pleasure, showing yourself how happy money can make you. Because food isn't just something you can throw away in a corner and forget about. It's gonna perish eventually, especially if it's a steak or some really cool fruits. When you're gonna have to use that product, it's about you sitting and savoring it. You really enjoy that steak. And the last thing I'm going to be talking about before we finish this video is something that I talked about a little bit, and it's the whole idea that money makes you a greedy and bad person. A lot of people today have this idea that money makes you a terrible person, and that rich people are automatically bad. This is keeping you so much from actually manifesting money, because you know what happens when your body picks up on the fact that you don't like rich people? It's going to try to keep you as far away from anything that has to do with being rich as possible, because it's going to see it as a threat. So it's going to keep you broke because it wants to keep you comfortable. The more you say, I don't like people who have money are greedy, I hate rich people, you're going to set yourself back more and more and more from ever being able to get money. And of course, you're going to feel guilty when you spend money, when you have an I hate people that are rich mentality, because anything that has to do with indulging in yourself and making yourself feel good, you are going to correlate in your mind with you being greedy. And this guilt will come up eventually because we're naturally inclined to want to spend money. Humans love abundance because you've trained yourself to hate rich people. Your body is going to send you signals of distress, of guilt, of shame every single time you spend money, to make sure that you don't spend money, to make sure that you never handle your money, to make sure that you never look at it. This means you don't appreciate it and then it won't grow. If you want more money, you're going to have to be honest with yourself about the fact that you love money, that you love rich people, because there are plenty of rich people out there that are also good people. You just have to switch your mindset about what it means to be rich. You can sit down and write down in your little notebook, what does it mean to be rich to me? Maybe being rich to you means being able to take whatever vacations you want and then also be able to give back to whoever you want to give back to. Maybe you want to help children out with education. Maybe you want to help animals. Maybe you want to support your local community. You can create an idea of what a rich person is. You have to remove yourself from the idea that society paints of rich people, because it's going to keep you poor. It's going to give those bad rich people more power because you've been immobilized. You're going to let them control you. You're letting your emotions control your relationship with your money. That means they have much more of an influence towards what you buy, how you view money. So the bad rich people are going to get even more money because you didn't want to see money as a good thing. Because at least the bad rich people, they know how to make money do stuff. They put money into flow. They appreciate money. So the money is going to flow towards them. You can be that rich person who puts money to good use, who loves money but also loves giving back, who takes control over your relationship with your money so that the world doesn't control your relationship with money. The people that are the easiest to manipulate are the people who are indecisive. If you're indifferent about money, if you're feeling guilty about money, your body's just naturally going to repel it. And you're going to keep saying, why am I not getting more money? You're going to blame it on the world, saying that it's all their fault. Then you're going to go back to ignoring your own money, not appreciating your own money over and over again. And whenever you feel money guilt, you're going to push it to the side. You're not going to want to face it. So it's going to show up again and again and again until you learn your lesson, or until something has such a big impact on you that you have to snap out of it. If you feel guilty about wanting money, it's because you're meant to be really rich, but you cannot become that rich. You do not turn your guilt into appreciation. And it's not just an easy peasy lemon squeezy journey. It's going to take work. You have to treat your money like it's your wife. You're dedicated to it. You're going to show up for it, even if it has a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. You're going to take control over your relationship with your money so that your emotions don't take control of you first. What you appreciate appreciates. So stop treating your money like a side chick. Start treating your money like a trophy wife.